Welcome back to another episode of Hubler Automotive Group Coach's Corner. I'm your host as always, Reese Byerly, and today I am joined with one of the two co-hosts I normally bring on the show. Today it's Chase Stanger. Chase, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you, Reese?
I'm great. Good to have you, Chase. And today we are joined with a new face on the show, never been on here, the boys baseball coach, Coach Feyerabend. How you doing today?
Doing good, guys. Thanks for having us on.
Yep, no problem. So the first question, or let's just kind of hop into it. You guys started off a little bit slow, 0-2, but you played two tough teams. And then you guys have bounced back since then to where you're supposed to be. You've won 7 out of your last 9, 7-4. Just tell me how the start of your season has went.
Well, the start of the season's always kind of you're trying to get a feel for who can do what, in a sense. We had quite a few returning guys, but that first weekend we try and get some of the younger guys out there, see some different arms. And generally after that first weekend, you roll right into conference games. So, everybody's pretty limited on pitch count and those kind of things. So it's not that we don't play to win. We just need to kind of really prepare for that first week of conference and county. Got off to a little bit of a rough start, but I feel kind of since that time point, we're starting to figure some things out, battling through some injuries and having to move some guys around a little bit, and I think we're kind of figuring out exactly who we are, rolling into a big conference week.
Definitely. Going off of what you said about bringing in the younger guys, obviously last year you guys lost. I mean, there's some pretty big players: Brody Reinhold, Caleb Ross, Jackson Clem, Grant Roberts. Probably missing some other people, but definitely those are some big spots to fill. And this year you guys, rolling in Nash Netter and Bryce Rucker, who hasn't really seen much varsity time, and Landon Basie starting shortstop. How is it like transitioning them into being able to get that feel for varsity baseball? Be such a part of a big team.
Like you said, we have a lot of we lost some really good players and some good pieces. Fortunately, there wasn't a bunch of them, and we had quite a few guys from good core group from last year back, which always helps. Those young guys, we kind of work through the winter and we kind of help them, be prepared and expect kind of what's coming. It just takes some time, and I think, our expectations of those guys are come in, just do your job. We're not looking to be somebody else, or we're not looking for play perfect. Just kind of get a good feel. The biggest difference for those young guys is they're not quite used to playing when it's like 30 degrees out.
Yeah.
You've been at school all day, and the daily grind of we're in school, we're out after school, we're playing every day, 4 or 5 days a week. So just getting a good feel for that, it just takes some experience, and those young guys have stepped in and done a really good job to this point.
Definitely. Basie 4 for 4 last night.
Yeah, he did. He had a really good night. He throws a little bit on the mound for us, but you could ask Landon. His nerves were working pretty good in the first week and a half, and we can try and replicate as many things in practice, but I can't put a lot of people in the stands and then another opponent and those kind of things just to feel what it actually feels like out there. So they're learning quickly and doing a great job.
Definitely.
So you guys have had a great senior core who's been with the baseball program all 4 years. You have guys like Jace Fowler, Logan Davenport, Drew Doty, Nolan Netter, Xavier Brown, some more. Tell me just kind of how those guys have really bought into the program, done the things you guys have needed to make this team as successful as it can be.
I think the biggest thing with those senior guys, they just work. You don't have to get on about the weight room. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. They've taken it very serious, and they've really put in the effort off the field to be successful. Not all those guys are the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, but they've really focused on the weight room, the weight program, and taking that very serious, and starting to drag some of the younger guys with them as well, which just breeds success in that kind of sense. And high character guys. I mean, they come in, they work, and they just a really easy group to be around, and a lot of different personalities in that group, but they've meshed together really well, and they've been playing together for a long time, even prior to high school, which that's really helpful.
Yeah, so obviously I got to bring in Max Clark, Vanderbilt commit, obviously, number 1 in the nation. Could go to the MLB out of high school. He's a weapon. I mean, pitching, outfield, hitting, everything. He does all of it. But specifically pitching, I mean, you throw him in there in a game like yesterday, he throws a no-hitter, like that's something serious that, like, you just have that on your team, like, in your pocket. Like, if you want to strike out someone, throw Max out there, but obviously you can't pitch him every single game or else he's going to throw out his arm. So how is it like managing when to throw him in there, what certain teams you guys play against, and you want to put him out there to throw a pretty good game?
It's relatively simple to do. He goes, one of the 2 conference games, because that's one of our first goals is to win the conference. So he's going to throw one either Tuesday or Wednesday. Managing, we always manage the pitch counts. The difference with Max obviously being a position player is today, on day 2, he's got to play the field. And those days he's got to, be smart. It's like, don't be just letting loose. And we tell him, hey, we need you to just track fly balls. And if we lose a game because you can't throw the ball today, so be it. We kind of work together. And not just him, but a majority of our pitchers are position guys. So we try and limit the pitch as best we can. Hopefully we can score a lot of runs and maybe get them out prior to getting them a pretty high pitch count so they can be available for tomorrow. But yeah, he threw really well last night. I didn't even realize it was a no-hitter until the last inning. We were just kind of watching the pitch count, and then wound up being a no-hitter, and we had a little bit of a lead there. But yeah, he definitely very, very impactful on the mound, that's for sure. We're thankful that we get to use him a day a week.
Yep.
Kind of going back to what you just said about the mound, you guys have a very good pitching staff. You guys got people like Logan, who's committed somewhere to play. Jace throws sometimes, committed somewhere to play. Drew Doty throws sometimes, committed to play. Max throws sometimes, committed to play. And then you got people like Jackson Henry, could go somewhere. Landon Basie, young and pitching. Noah DeArmond throws sometimes in there for you guys. Just tell me what it's like to have a pitching staff that is just very broad, and you can throw anyone in there kind of anytime. Just tell me what that's kind of like as a coach to deal with.
It's it's good to have. You need a lot of arms. Generally we're 3 to 5 games a week. So sometimes some years we have to make a pitcher. Like he doesn't really want to pitch, but hey, we're 4 games in. It's on the schedule, so we got to have somebody to throw. Fortunately, we have a lot of guys that are versatile, can play a position, and do like to pitch. And especially in those 4-day week, 5 games a week type thing, doing what Max did last night, getting through a complete game, that really, really helpful for night 2 and night 3. But yeah, we have quite a different array of arms, and unique to each of them. We have some left-handers, some right-handers. Price Rucker throws some for us too. The issue is when you do have some weeks that there's not a lot of games, it's trying to get them game reps, some inter squad and those kind of things to stay sharp. And we have a few guys that float a little bit JV varsity if they haven't seen a lot of varsity time. They'll go down and throw an inning or 2 just to try and stay sharp. But yeah, we got lots of arms, and I feel like they're starting to get better and a lot more accurate as the days move forward.
Definitely. Bringing up the end of last year, I mean, you guys played in the sectional championship. Sectional semifinal, but it was basically the championship. I mean, 2 best teams, obviously, Center Grove and Franklin. Center Grove's tough, last year was a close one, came down to the wire. But this year, I mean, you guys both have basically almost everyone back. I mean, they didn't lose very much. You guys didn't lose very much. And they have arguably one of the best batting orders in probably the nation, bunch of D1 commits. And you guys play them, remind me of the date. For
May 13th.
May 13th. So how are you guys, obviously they're not your next game, how are you guys, mentally and physically preparing for that matchup? Because it's a big game. I mean, everyone's looking forward to going and watching that, and that kind of sets the standpoint on where you guys are at, and, how I don't know what the word is. How much significantly you guys are better than the other conference teams and all that kind of stuff, and where you rank in the state?
Rankings, I'm not real sure. I think they had us between 10 and 20. I think we're a solid team. Conference, it generally never matters if you've had 1 win or 20 when we go at each other. 2 nights we go Tuesday and then Wednesday. They're battles every week. For our Center Grove, we all know they're really, really good, super experienced. Now this year, very well coached, and I mean, we really enjoy playing those guys. It's a ton of people, tense environment. That's kind of when you really see what you're made out of. And we played them 4 times last year. 2 games were really tight. 2 weren't so tight. They're, like I said, they're deep and experienced, but we can't wait. I mean, that's where you measure up, see what you're made of. They're super loaded, super talented. We look back at that sectional game last year, and they had some opportunities that they did not take advantage of, and we feel like we had several that we didn't, maybe get that big 2-out hit.
Yeah.
It was a ball or two or a home run that was just a little bit foul type thing.
Yeah, Jace had that one that I thought he was going to walk it off.
Yeah, it was very, very close, very well played on both sides, and, it was one of those kind of felt like we might play all afternoon type thing. But yeah, like I said, we just kind of, the whole season's kind of a marathon, and we try and get a little bit better each day, and by the end of the season, hopefully we're at our best there. But yeah, we'll be excited for that time that we get to go at it. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Kind of just talking about that game, to add some incentive, that is also, if I've heard correctly, for the county finals?
Yes.
Is that right? Yep. And then just, you guys have had so many players just buy into the process. You guys, I lift after school every day, and I've seen so many guys on the baseball team, countless days, during the winter, and they're grinding, and then they'll tell me that they're going to hit at Powerhouse, they're going to throw at Powerhouse, they're going to Live ABs, just so many things. You guys have had so many things, so many people, not things, sorry, so many people buy into the process. Just tell me how that has just made you guys the team that you guys are today.
It's a huge part when you get a bunch of guys that really want to be good at what they're doing, obviously be good people, good students, and they get together, and then they're working out here and with Coach Hart, and then we have some open workouts through the winter. They're always there, and then they do go over to Powerhouse and take advantage of being able to get some either lifting or some swings in on the weekends, and you put all that together, that's what you see out there on the field. It's not it's not a magic wand. It's not something that necessarily that I've done, a spectacular job. Besides, I think the guys listen and want to get better, and they take a little bit of piece from each coach and strength coach and really get out there and get after it. And like I said, at the end of the day, they're highly motivated individuals that want to be really successful, and it shows out there. You look at a lot of our seniors, what they look like as freshmen. I mean, it's they're 100 pounds heavier, big, physical, strong guys, and that's just credit to all their hard work.
Yeah, bringing up kind of an odd question and an odd example. Last night in the game, Bo Baker had a bit of a triple hop throw 10 feet over Nolan's head. But, I mean, obviously he's catching for Max, and that's got to be a struggle as it is. But mentally, how do you, when they make those kind of mistakes, because obviously, I mean, that happens a lot in baseball, how do you get them to kind of calm down and realize that it's not the end of the world, that there's still a game left to play?
Yeah, baseball's a highly mental game. And there's days where just that target looks like it's, very, very tiny, and it's a struggle. So we try and get them to relax, breathe. I try not to go out there and act like a fool and scream and yell, because mentally I don't think at that time that's probably the best thing to help a young guy or a player. But catching Max is not easy. Bo's done it quite a bit, and Netter as a young guy, when Bo was banged up, had to jump in there and do that. And the catching stuff, they take a beating. But like I said, after a mistake, it's, hey, relax, our kind of things, you got to make the next play. If we stop it at that, and we get back to playing and we make the next play, generally the damage is not super tough. But it's just an odd game where you just mentally sometimes you just can't do a very, very simple task, and sometimes we can talk them through it. Sometimes it's maybe we got to get you out of there, and then maybe tomorrow so it's you kind of have to manage the different personalities. Some kids handle things a little bit different. But the great thing is he, made a mistake or two and, caught a heck of a game, got right back in there, made some good throws, and that's what we like to see.
So you guys, I can't remember the date. Is it April 29th? that you guys are heading up to Indianapolis and playing at the Indians Field versus Franklin Central. It's part of a doubleheader game. I think it's Noblesville and Westfield play after you guys. That's obviously going to be a cool place to play. Going up there, probably big crowd's going to follow you guys up there. You know, fun game. Is there any other field or any other place that you guys are looking forward to play? I know obviously heading up there will be a great experience for you guys. Is there or anywhere you've played this year in the past? Already played, gonna play. Is there anywhere else you're looking forward to playing?
You know, obviously Victory Field is going to be really cool. We have not obviously played there yet. 2013, I was an assistant in one sectionals. We got to play at Bossy Field in Evansville. That's a really cool stadium. Cedar Grove got a new turf field a couple months ago, and we got to play in the county tournament over there. The sectional is there this year, so we're looking forward to getting back out there on the turf. I think Mooresville is a really nice place to play, and you know we enjoy playing at Mercer Field every day. It's in great shape, and it's a nice big park, plenty of room to run in the outfield, and we generally do play really well at home.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us today. Chase, obviously, thank you for coming on, and the best of luck to you guys, obviously, in the rest of county, the rest of the conference, and sectionals, and thank you for joining us today.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
And that was another episode of Hubler Automotive Group Coach's Corner. My word choice was messed up today.
Hubler is proud to be the official sponsor of Franklin Athletics. Score massive savings on all your favorite brands. Plus get our 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty included. For all auto needs, just click drivehubler.com. Let's go Grizzly Cubs!